Hi, everyone. This is Katie Valentine. I'm the founder of the Metaphysical Christian Facebook community and plus podcasts and a bunch of other stuff. Really happy to be here.
My name is Courtney Armento. I am the pastor of a church in Southern California, and I do a lot of work around helping people see the unseen in toxic relationships. I myself am a survivor of an abusive relationship, and so now I spend my time helping people see the unseen and recovering and reclaiming themselves and living new and empowered lives.
So we have a training coming up, and it's not too long from now, called 4 Ways to Claim Your Spiritual Power After Leaving a Toxic or an Abusive Relationship. There's a lot of pastors out there who try to get people to stay in abusive relationships. So I want us to say right off the bat, that's not who we are. That's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about empowerment and life after, especially right now, life after toxic and abusive relationships. So Courtney, what is it that people need to know about life before and life after leaving a toxic or abusive relationship?
One of the things that's really important to understand is that when we are in toxic or abusive relationships, we tend to shrink who we are. Our sense of self, our personality becomes eroded. Our empowerment is diminished. Our light is diminished. We are sometimes a shell of who we formerly were. We're also living in a way that denotes that we don't know who we are or what we want because we've been groomed to sort of take care of the needs of others and our partners. And so life after, once one is on an empowerment journey, one begins to sit up straight and take notice of who they are, what they want, what's important to them. They get to reclaim a sense of their spiritual power. They get to reclaim a sense of belonging and worthiness. And they also will be on a journey, Katie, of just living fully, taking up space, knowing that what they want and their needs are as important as everyone else's, and that they can shine. They can shine again. They can come back into the fullness of themselves. And it's really, really beautiful to watch someone go from before to the after, to the new version. We get to name ourselves. We get to claim ourselves, right? And we get to stay vigilant about protecting ourselves and erecting strong boundaries so that we don't succumb to those kinds of relationships again.
Love it. You're making me want to stretch my wings out. Take up
It's
that
important.
space.
Yes, it is super important. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So one of the things we also want people to know is that this list applies to almost any kind of relationship. So romantic, whether it's marriage, whether it's another kind of committed relationship or non-committed relationship, friend, parent, sibling, kind of any human relationship you have. And then we were also talking about, does this apply to institutions? You know, if you're part of an institution, a work environment, or even a religious institution, and you feel like there's an abuse of power there. We're not talking specifically about institutions, but the more you understand about these interpersonal relationships, the more you can apply it and help evaluate, are you in a situation that may need some reform, or maybe you can make some changes to? What about people who are maybe experiencing a lot of erosion of trust, like in themselves or in God? Because this has such spiritual impact in our relationships and how we communicate, with God, with the divine. Is there hope for doing it in an empowered way?
Yes, Katie. In our sessions, we spend a good deal of time, right, looking at what God has said to us about our own creation. Sometimes we feel like we've been left all alone, right? But that's that poem about footprints, right? There's one set of footprints in the sand. That means God's been carrying us. How do we identify that we've been carried, that we will be carried when we need to be, and that we're not alone? And so I think that's really a powerful way of navigating through toxic relationships and coming out on the other side. And we're going to do that work together.
Nice. And we'll be, of course, bringing in all sorts of metaphysical goodies along the way. And so in the training, it's a quick training. It's just 45 minutes, but we'll be talking about these 4 ways to empower yourself spiritually after departing these relationships. And we'll be talking a little bit about meditation and chakras and stuff like that to support you along the way. So the 4 ways that we'll be talking about in the training are, 1, you'll be able to know and experience how much God loves you. 2, you'll be able to see God in a new way that empowers you. 3, you'll be able to figure out kind of some empowering ways to answer that why me question. And then 4, we will be talking about the transformation from self-blame to self-love and loving yourself radically. And that's about the most metaphysical thing that you can do. I'm looking forward excited. To it. Me too. Awesome. Well, we'll see everyone in the training. Reach out if you have any questions, and see you soon.
See you soon.